Hello everybody, this is Adrienne with Essential Soul Coaching, and we had a particular subscriber ask me a question about the new, I shouldn't say new, restored lawsuit against Michael Jackson and James SafeChuck and Wade Robson, who, if you remember, they're part of the Leaving Neverland documentary that came out about 4 years ago. Okay, so the case back then was dismissed, so they went to appeals, and the appeal case in California has stated that the Jackson estate or the company had a responsibility to protect young children from predators at Neverland. So I'm going to do a quick reading on that. I did a reading back, God, when this case was going on a few years ago, and I said they weren't going to win, and they didn't win. And I'm going to do a reading now. I'm going to just pull two cards to see where we are, because there's two people filing the lawsuit as one joint venture against Michael Jackson estate. So we're going to just pull two cards to see what it says. Okay, hold on. So the cards I came up with was I did three cards, so you all know, but I did the the imposter syndrome. So here's the picture here, and it's Eight of Swag, and Eight of Swag is like the Eight of Pentacles. So there's some hard work and dedication. They're coming in at a different way. This is how the first time it didn't work, so this time they're coming back and they're going to come up with some other evidence, or say there's some other evidence and some other things that they can put into the court of records to say that Michael Jackson, because you remember the last time they lied about a lot of things they contradicted, and they got caught on the lies, which is really why they lost the first case. And this one's going to bring some more information and try to bring somebody else into the fold to testify against Michael Jackson. So this is why we're having the imposter syndrome. So their lawyers are working very hard and diligently trying to win this case. Okay, and the second card I pulled was the Justice card. So there will be justice. This is a major arcana card. There will be justice in this particular court case between SafeChuck, Robson, and Michael Jackson. But I'm going to give you the third card, then we're going to determine who's going to be the winner. And the third card I picked was the Nine of Pentacles, and we know Nine of Pentacles is about being independent, working for self, getting what you want, but being more selfish. Okay, but this card was reversed, so it's Nine of Pentacles reversed, which can be greediness, it could be superficial, it could be working hard for the wrong reasons, it could also mean exploitation, and yeah, it could be, or being greedy. So in this case, for me, because it's reversed, I'm asking if Michael Jackson's himself or his company going to win against SafeChuck and Robson. And so it's saying that what I feel this is going to say, there's going to be some justice done here. I think that on there's an imposter, there's some lies going to be told, there's someone's going to come in that's going to give some false testimony. But in the end, it's going to be justice. However, there may be something coming out of this that says that Michael Jackson was reckless in his behavior with the boys, for the boys to say what they're saying, and there's been stories out there. But in the end, I think Michael Jackson's estate is going to win against them, because, of course, they're going to continue to find more lies and loopholes in these guys' story that's just going to not prove trustworthy. And if it gets to the jury's just not going to believe them. It's just out for money. But there will be something that will show that Michael was a little bit reckless in his relationship with these kids, because after the first case, maybe he should have not ever having kids in his house again. I mean, I wouldn't have, and most people probably wouldn't. Michael Jackson had a heart that he liked kids as far as around him because of their innocence, and not because they wanted to have sex with them. But you leave yourself open if you become too close and too tenderhearted. And Robson, because he didn't get the show for Michael Jackson after he passed, he wasn't the lead in that. I forget what it was called, but there was a show for Circus Soleil that regarding Michael Jackson's career, and Robson wanted to get that, and he did get it. And I think that's another reason why he went for it. He's out of money. SafeChuck's out of money. The lawyers are greedy, and so I think all around this is going to be a negative thing. It's going to be very stressful for the Jackson family. But I think in the end they're going to prevail yet again. He's not here, even though you still can be held liable, or the victims can get foreclosure and assets and stuff if they win a case, if they feel that they've been wrong and they prove it, even if the person is passed. But in this case, I think they're going to be proven again to be not believable, although there's going to be some damaging stuff probably to Michael, because I think everybody already knows that Michael should have been a little bit more careful with these kids, knowing how he had tried to, one parent tried to in my opinion, swindled him in the beginning, where he actually paid the money to get out of the lawsuit, okay, because of the dangerous tour he was on. Now, if they're not smart, if they're smart, they won't come after the Jackson estate again, because I think the next time they try to do something, the Jacksons may sue SafeChuck and Robson for harassment or of continually trying to demean Michael Jackson's name and his estate, and we'll see what happens with that. But I think the first thing and the most important thing is this new appeal case. It will be heard. There will be things that come out that we're not going to like. There's going to be lies told yet again. But I think the Jacksons going to prevail. But it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight for justice on the Michael Jackson side, because of the stories in this, and it's just, you know, I mean, what can you say? But I think there will be another person that's going to come into this case, not a part of the party as far as suing, but someone's going to come in. It's going to be a witness for SafeChuck and Robson to say, yes, he did this to me as well. And you know how that works when you can say, well, there's a history, and there's many people coming out saying that a person did something. Then they usually try to put some credence to that particular thing. So I do believe that's going to come out, and it's just going to have to be dealt with. And then, yeah, they're not going to win, but it's going to be a hard-fought case. We'll keep an eye on it. We will watch it, because Michael Jackson is one of my heroes, and I never believed he did any of those things to those kids. I just believe that he was, in my opinion, the second time around, reckless. And you know, also with Robson, he was a mentor. Even after all that stuff had happened, he and SafeChuck both said during the first case that Michael Jackson never did anything to them, ever. And then they came back after he died and tried to sue the state to get money. And Robson was the main character, and he pulled SafeChuck in, and now they're doing the same thing again. But justice will prevail. And that's what I want to say about this case. So we will keep an eye on it. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Blessings to each and every one of you.